And now for something completely different.
So hi, welcome back to the Rural Project. So something completely different. We're here on the Murray River, getting a little bit of boating, camping, fishing in. So Nathan and I have got 3 days off work. Rough plan is to just head up river for a day, do a bit of fishing along the way and camping overnight, head back down river to the boat ramp and then head over to Lake Walhalla and do a bit of fishing on there before we head home. What could possibly go wrong? So to get to the Murray, we head north from Melbourne. We drive for about 3 hours, which is about 270 kilometres. And then we get to a place called Cobram, and that's where we launched the boat from. So from the boat ramp we headed upriver to the spot there where you can see where we stopped for lunch and a bit of fishing over lunch, and then we ended up spending the night at Buchanan's Beach, which is about 28 kilometres as the crow flies from Cobram to Buchanan's Beach. I have no idea what distance it is following the Murray River, as you can see all the twists and turns. And then what you can also see here is camp spot number 2. But more about that later in the video. That old gum tree, big river red gum. Right, so we've just moored up, pulled into a spot where we'll do a little bit of fishing. As you can see, we're just tied off to that branch in the water. There's branches in the water everywhere. There's a fish behind us just jumped out. What I'll do with the lures, I'll kind of work all these areas. You can hear that splash again, directly there. Yep. So no fish at that spot. We'll head over to the next one, see what we get there. We're actually just going to head over to one of the beaches and get something to eat as well. And the river, as you can see when you look at the bank on the left hand side, the river is really low, many metres down compared to normal. And that means as we're driving along, the alarm keeps going off saying we're less than a metre deep. So it's one of those, you go through sections where there's plenty of depth, and in other sections the alarm's going crazy and you're navigating your way through shallow. Navigating your way through really shallow sections. Okay, we just pulled up to one of the beaches, and what we'll do now, we'll get the little stove out, get something for cooked for lunch, do a little bit of fishing while we're here, enjoy ourselves, and then carry on upriver. So we just stopped for a bite of lunch, and thought we'd do a little bit of carp fishing after our lunch, and so we're just about to get another bite. We've had a couple of fish, and that's yours, knife. No, not there. Just reset it, then that'll do. Definitely was biting, but as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful day here. That blue sky. Every time we come to the Murray it's like this. I don't know why, but it's always absolutely beautiful. Alright, just cast back in with about half a dozen pieces of sweetcorn on the end. Let's see if we get a bite almost straight away. So we've had two fish. In Australia you've got to kill the carp, so we've left them up the bank. And we got hooked into one big fish that actually started pulling the rod in towards the water, but then the line broke as soon as we sort of struck into it. So I'm assuming that was a big carp. Come on, fishy, fishy. There we go, we've got a bite on now. Is it on? Nah, it's only small, isn't it? Only a little one.
Biggest carp Chris has ever caught.
It's on a piece of bread, that.
Zoom on the fish.
Alright, we're into another one. That one pulled the rod off the rod rest again.
It's not that big though.
It's not?
Nah. Doesn't feel like it's fighting much at all, to be honest.
There's a lot of small ones, like the one I just caught. They're not that big either, but there's plenty of them. That one's just swimming upriver as well. Okay, we have got a couple of hours before it starts to get really dark, so we're going to head off again now, pull the anchor out the sand, and then head upriver. We'll just keep going upriver like we have been doing. Okay, anchor stowed away, let's go. Yeah, it's real funny, Nate. Yeah, real funny, bro. That's one way of putting it in gear. Oh, dog is going to leave me, isn't he? So he'll come back, he can't cook. He'll come back when he gets hungry. And he has to be gone for 30 minutes. And he's hungry already. Right, I'm going to jump on board and we're going to head upriver and find ourselves the best campsite we can. Room for a little one. Okay, not a bad spot for the night. We've just found ourselves a nice little place to put the swags. Some really nice person has gone and cut up a load of red gum up there, so that's perfect. We brought some wood with us, but nothing like someone else doing the work for you. So yeah, what a beautiful spot. We'll just finish getting set up and we'll get a little bit of fishing going on, and get a fire going, get some dinner going, steaks for dinner, and yeah, we'll see how many fish we catch. Okay, just getting settled in for the night. Got the ground bait there, got a little feeder rod out, just 20-30 metres up to the right. I think the actual better spot for getting some carp will be just off the end of the beach there, but we've got a campfire going, or we're going to have a campfire going just here. Swags are just behind me, the boat's just here, so I can't be bothered to walk that far. So we'll throw a bit of ground bait in and see what happens. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. We started the day with a full fuel tank, and it's now showing empty. We've got a long way to go back. It's the 23 litre tank, and I'm sure it's not empty. There's, let's say there's 5 litres in there, and I've got another 5 litres spare with me. But yeah, it'll be an interesting journey back. Luckily, it's downriver, so the flow's with us, so engine won't be working quite so hard. But yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think we'll only just make it back. But yeah, these are the exciting times of having a little trip onto the Murray. Right, let's get our dinner going. I'll bring you guys back later. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Come on, fish. Good morning, just getting up. What a beautiful morning. Morning, boy.
Morning.
Sunrise on the mighty Murray. Okay, day 2. So the sun's up. It's just time to warm up. It was pretty fresh this morning. We've had breakfast. We've sort of packed most things up. We're just going to go retrieve a lure around the corner. We went for a walk earlier, doing a bit of casting from the beach, and I managed to get a lure stuck in a snag. So we're just going to go collect that. We've got the swags. Still sitting out there, just trying to get the last bit of water off them, but we'll come back and pick them up in a minute. We've got the boat all packed. Right, let's head off. Geez, the water's dropped a lot overnight. It must have dropped another 6 or 8 inches.
I was walking over, I couldn't see the lure. Then I heard a bird, and then I heard the sound of the lure as the bird flew away. And it's not on the end of the line. And the line was pointing into the trees.
The line was pointing in the tree.
Into that tree on the land. So a bird's come along and grabbed the lure.
That's a $30 lure. Oh, what the heck?
I'm gonna see if it's on the floor, if the bird's dropped it.
Yeah, we better do, yeah.
But I don't think it has, because I heard the jingle jangle and I was like, that's the sound of the lure. And then
Ah, damn it.
yeah, and then the bird flew away and I heard the sound of the lure, and this line was in the tree, which obviously it had been in the tree that was in the water, not in the tree that was on land.
Man, that was a deep sandbar, did you hear me? Hit it.
Yeah.
So that's the jig that we're using today. The old big Murray cod. If you use a fish, you'd want to eat that one, yeah? Straight into the snag then. That's alright, if you're not hitting the snags, I don't think you're fishing close enough. Okay, so a few little dramas. We're cruising along quite nicely, and then hit a buried log, or a log that was just underneath the surface. Now that's resulted in a little bit of a ding onto the propeller, but that's not the worst of it. The worst is that'll go one way, will not go the other, won't go in neutral. So I can't do the pull start. So we're dead in the water right now. We've just spent half an hour messing around and having a look to see if we can fathom anything out. But I don't have a full set of tools with me. Got a Leatherman. Tried what I can with a Leatherman. So basically that shaft there kind of moves in and out as you're moving the gear stick in and out of gear. But the pull start, it's locked up, so I'd say the motor's locked up somewhere in here. I think something's jumped out of gear. A bit dead in the water, so what we've said is right. We've got 2 days, we've got food for 2 days. We were planning on heading back to the car now and then putting the car in the trailer and heading to a lake to go fishing there. But we've got 2 days, so I think we're just going to start floating. So luckily, we went upstream. So now we'll just use the current and a couple of paddles and paddle down and see if we see anyone. If not, we'll be back at the car in God knows how many hours. 5 hours. Right, we'll bring you back once we're at the car. Just a warning to all the non-locals. It's what happens if you come and mess in the Murray. Just a lazy drift down. This is stuff that gets you just in the middle of nowhere, sandbar there. As you can see on the far side over there, all those snags sticking out of the water. Going to carry on and do a little bit of fishing, but we realised if I do get into anything or if I get snagged, there's no way of us manoeuvring the boat easily to go get the lure or go get the fish. So I think we'll just have a lazy couple of hours floating downriver. Look at the size of that mighty river red gum. As you can see, it's lost a lot of its large branches up top, and the root ball's pretty exposed. You can just see there the mark where the high water's been over winter. It's unfortunate, but it won't be long and that thing will fall into the river. So just chilling on the boat, Nath. Going down the river at a snail's pace. But actually it's okay, we're actually enjoying it. Enjoying the serenity. I won't say peace and quiet because there's all these birds squawking like crazy. But geez, it's beautiful. Right, so we've been drifting for what, an hour and a bit now?
Hour and a half maybe?
Hour and a half. And we just got a bit of back wind and we said, right, what can we do? So we said, let's grab a tarp and see if we can get the tarp to act like a sail. Oh, it's typical of breezes time.
It's not fully.
Wait till it starts going. Where's the wind gone? Oh my God. We're just sat here then, weren't we, going, jeez, it's windy.
Yeah.
As soon as you get the tarp out, it dies.
Just some water.
Water? We ain't got any water left. It's gone. Hey, survival of the fittest, mate.
I'm thirsty, man.
You shouldn't have gone to the toilet earlier, you should have stored it.
I haven't drank any water today though.
Yeah, there's full one here. No, really?
Yeah, I can catch if you can throw. That's the best one.
Can you stand up if I can rock and roll? Or?
Funny man.
Hey, ooh, ooh. Oh, well, it was a fail. No wind. Okay, so we just stopped for a little bite to eat and some lunch. Certainly multicultural, Nathan and I. We fished up a little concoction there. Irish stew with some Mexican rice. Sounds a bit weird, but it tasted delicious. Yeah, this was the beach where we had lunch on the first day, which means we have not travelled very far at all. So I think what we're going to find is that this is not only a day trip today to float back to where the car is, but also we'll be camping overnight and then floating back again tomorrow too. And here we go, the fish are biting.
They bite.
Yeah, I saw it. It's been camera shy. Oh, there we go. Pick the rod up a bit. Okay, so we didn't catch anything with that one, but ready to cast out again. So who could resist that, eh? Big bowl of sweet corn, some breadcrumbs, sweet corn and strawberry jello. A nice little concoction. Casting out and we'll see what carp we get. So some food for me, food for the fish. A little bit of sunbathing, it's absolutely beautiful day again. Just waiting for that rod tip to go bang 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 into another carp. I thought it was about to go then. I nearly pulled the rod in the water, didn't it?
Yeah, just eating our lunch and having a chat.
I don't think it's massive, but it sure did. Took the rod out. Crystal clear water today. Move it back and
Yeah.
just taking it easy on a slow cruise down the Murray River. Well, that is the end of a very long day. Nathan and I have paddled and paddled and paddled for hours. Just putting the anchors in just to hold the boat in position. We've got the swags out already. And you wake up and get some dinner cooked and then call it a night. We're beat. Absolutely beautiful to start the day, but once it got dark, it was real hard work trying to navigate your way along with torchlight. Right, say goodnight now. So what I didn't mention there is the fact that we ended up actually paddling for about 7 hours. So when we pulled into shore there, we were absolutely shattered. At one point, a guy who was out fishing did offer us a tow back to the launching point, but we said, nah, that's fine, mate, we'll be good. Biggest regret ever. Okay, day 3 of our little adventure. Right, we just had a great night's sleep. Nice, just rustling up some eggs for brekkie, and then we are going to head back to the car. So we're going to grab the paddles and paddle back to the car. I'm hoping it's about 2 kilometres. It's about four sort of horseshoe bends in the river, and then we'll be back there. And then we'll take a drive, have a look at the lake that we did want to go and fish, and then we'll head home. Right, we'll keep you guys with us on the journey. Homeward bound now. Teamwork makes the dream. Arr, arr, arr. Oh, the ducks are in it. Oh, no. So I think we've got about 2 kilometres to go. So it's just going to be a steady paddle and then get in the car and bugger off home. Serenity. Would have been better camping down here when we've got the water that was manky. Just saying that it's not very flat, is it? No, it's pretty. Time we're setting off now, it's just 5 to 9. So we paddled for another 2 hours, and then by some strange miracle, the guy that offered us a tow back the night before was actually heading out to go fishing again, and he said, "You sure you don't want a tow?" And at that point, we said, "Oh yeah, mate, we're desperate for a tow back. We were wasted." So he gave us a tow back to the boat ramp. We got back to the dock, all good. Had a little bit of drama trying to load the boat without any power, but we got it done. And then we've just headed off now to Lake Mulwala. So this lake was the lake that we were gonna bring the boat to and head off to some of those snags way off in the distance. But yeah, we just thought we'd come and have a quick look before we head home. As you can see, one of the paddle steamers takes all the tourists around. Pretty cool. That is one big lake. So in droughts, this lake is actually just a river flowing through the middle, and there's very little water. So you can see way off in the distance. I'll zoom in. Those are all trees sticking out of the water. It shows you that's only like 1 or 2 meters deep out there. So once you get a bit of drought, yeah, all those trees are in the dry. Right, coming fishing here, boating, camping, fishing. I'll have to be another weekend. Right, thanks for watching the Rural Project. Something a little bit different. Tune in next time.